Hello everyone, this is Hasna and today we are going to start with the second grammar topic for class 10, subject-verb agreement, also called as subject-verb concord. You already know what subject and verb are in a sentence. Subject is a noun or pronoun that tells us what the sentence talks about, and verb represents the action in the sentence. Then what is subject-verb concord or subject-verb agreement? Actually, it means that the subject and verb in a sentence should agree or match. Otherwise, the sentence will not sound right. Let's understand the basic rules of subject-verb agreement. Now, the one very basic thing that we need to know about subject-verb agreement is singular subject must have singular verb and plural subjects should have plural verbs. Clear? So, with this basic thing in mind, let us look into the other rules related to subject-verb agreement. Now, the first rule. The pronoun you always takes a plural verb. Example, you were invited to come. You are asked to clean the room. You sing so well. So we need to remember that this pronoun you will always be considered as plural. It is never singular. And so since this is considered as plural, the verb that follows will always be plural. We will never write as you was. Instead, we will always refer to as you were or you are and not you is. Okay, so my sentence you were invited to come has the verb which is plural because the pronoun you is considered to be plural and not singular. The second rule says if a sentence begins with here or there, the verb agrees with the subject which follows it. What does this mean? It means if a sentence starts with here or there, now the verb will totally depend on the subject that follows it. Like in this sentence, here are the ways. Now since ways is the subject here and this word ways is plural, that's why my verb is going to be plural. So if we have the sentence beginning with here or there and then we have a subject which is plural or singular after the verb, please remember that my verb will totally depend on whether the subject which follows it is singular or plural. So if the subject that follows it is plural, the verb will be plural. If the subject that is followed is singular, then my verb is going to be singular. So in the first example, we have here are the ways on how to preserve meat. Since ways is plural, my verb is plural. In the second sentence, there is a huge gap between the rich and the poor. The word gap is the subject here, huge gap. So gap is singular and that's why my verb is going to be singular. Okay. Next, rule number 3. Rule number 3 says, if two subjects, one single and one plural, are connected by either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. So if we have these words either or neither nor in a sentence, and if we have two subjects like in this sentence neither the players nor the coach, we have two subjects. One is the players which is plural and one is the coach which is singular. So in these cases where we have two subjects and one is singular, a plural, and the other one is singular, the verb will actually depend on the subject which is close to it. So since the coach is nearer to the verb, that's why the verb is going to be singular because my subject, the coach, is singular. Whereas in the second example, see, either the conductor or the singers are attending the concert. Now since the subject conductor is singular and the subject singers is plural and the verb is just nearer to the plural subject, that's why the verb that follows is going to be plural and not singular. So remember once more, if there are two subjects, one single and one plural, and are connected by either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the one which is nearer to it. That means the verb will agree to the subject which is nearer to it. Rule number 4. A singular subject followed by intervening words or phrases such as with, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, and no less than takes a singular verb. Now, if my subject is singular and after that subject we have words or phrases like with, as well as, in addition to, okay, and after that we have something plural, like in the example, see, Jack accompanied by his sisters. Now since Jack is singular and after this singular subject we have this phrase accompanied by, so since my first subject is singular and just after this subject we have this phrase accompanied by, although the word that follows accompanied by is plural, my subject will depend on the first one. That is, since Jack is singular, I am going to have my verb also as singular. So please remember, if there is a singular subject and after that singular subject we have words which are mentioned above, then my verb is going to be singular. Okay, I hope this much is clear. We will continue. Rule number 5. Singular subjects joined by and require a plural verb except when they meant one thing. Example, Larry and Mercy are reading novels. Now, if there are subjects, both are singular subjects, and they are joined by the word and, then usually the verb that follows is actually plural, because here see, Larry and Mercy, it is referring to two different people, and that's why the subject becomes plural. And so we have Larry and Mercy are and not is reading novel. Okay, so my sentence is, since Larry and Mercy is plural, my subject is plural, so my verb is also going to be plural. But here see, one more line is written as except when they mean one thing. Here in the second example, my teacher and friend is here. When I say my teacher and friend, I mean a single person, a single entity which is referred to with two designation. Like here I'm talking about one person who is my teacher and that same teacher who is also my friend. So since it is referring to one particular person, that's why my verb is going to be singular, that is. Now supposing the sentence would have been my teacher and my friend, then we would have used are, because at that moment I mean my teacher and my friend, who are two different people, that is, one is my teacher and the other one is my friend, are here. So since I am not using a separate word my again for in front of the word friend, and I am referring only my teacher and friend, I mean as one person. But if the sentence would have been my teacher and my friend, then my verb would have been plural. Clear? Rule number 6. Two singular subjects joined by either or neither nor takes a singular verb. Now either or neither nor is here and both my subjects are singular. So see, either mommy or daddy is coming. So whenever I talk about either or neither nor, that means when I say either or, I don't mean both, I mean any one out of the two. So that's why if both the subjects joined by either or neither nor have both the subjects as singular, that means mommy is also singular and daddy is also singular, then obviously my verb is going to be singular. So either mommy or daddy is coming with me at the outbound. Next sentence, neither Freddie nor Dulcie is waiting for you. So here also, that means neither Freddie nor Dulcie is, that means out of them no one is actually waiting. Clear? Rule number 7. If a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, the verb is singular. Now see, if a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, what does it mean? When I say one of the boys, one of the boys is a phrase. Clear? Now in this phrase we have this word boys which appears to be plural. But when I say one of the boys, I actually mean from the whole lot of boys, one. Okay, so one of the boys is yelling so loudly. I mean, among the whole group of boys, one of the boys is yelling. So although the word boys is plural, it is a part of this phrase, and this phrase is actually referring to one particular boy, and that's why my verb is going to be singular. Let's look at another example. See, one of the members is against the rule. I have this word members which appears to be plural, but because it is in this phrase, one of the members, I mean among all the members, one. So again, my verb is going to be singular. Clear? Now, rule number 8. The indefinite pronouns several, few, both, many, others are always plural. So if you have these pronouns in a sentence, they will always be considered as plural. Like both were asking to be freed. So both was we will never use, it is always were. Why? When I say both, I mean more than one. When I say several, I mean more than one. So all these words, several, few, both, many, others, are always going to be plural because they never refer to one particular person. It refers to more than one. And so the verb that follows all these words will also be plural. Second example, see, several are seeking justice. Again, the word several is considered to be plural because it refers to more than one. That's why my verb is also going to be plural. Rule number 9. The indefinite pronouns some, most, all, none are singular or plural according to the meaning of the sentence. Now again, these indefinite pronouns some, most, all, none will depend on the particular meaning of the sentence. Like when I say some of the girls, when I say some of the girls, that I mean that from the whole lot of girls, some of them, that means at least more than one, were absent. So some of the girls were absent. Here I mention what I mean is, I mean some of the girls, that means here I'm not talking about one girl, I'm talking about a few girls, some of the girls out of the whole lot. So that's why my verb is going to be plural. But see in the second sentence, some of the ice cream is left. Now here ice cream is being talked as one single entity, and from the whole lot of ice cream some bit is left. That is one single entity, that means one, it is considered as singular. Okay, so here I mean that some of the ice cream that is left is one single piece of that ice cream is left, and that's why I refer to it as some of the ice cream. And here I'm not going to use are because I actually mean something which is singularly existing. So that's why my verb is going to be singular. Rule number 10. When any of the following indefinite pronouns is the subject, the verb is singular. Everybody, each, no one, another, anybody, nobody, every, nothing, everything, anyone, either, neither, everyone, somebody, someone. So when any one of the following indefinite pronoun is the subject, the verb will always be singular. So remember, whenever we use any out of the ones given here, my verb is always going to be singular. Like every man and woman in this hall is a member. So since this word every is used in the sentence, we will use a singular verb. Clear? So I hope this. 11. Expressions of time, money, weight and distance are singular even if the form is plural. What does it mean? Whenever I am talking about time, money, weight and distance, they will always, although they appear to be sometimes plural, they are always going to be referred to as singular. Like when I say 2 years, actually I mean when I say 2 years, obviously it refers to something which is more than one. But see the sentence, see, 2 years is a long time to wait. So it's a long time to wait. You have been waiting this whole 2 years as one single time. So since this 2 years is considered as one single time, that's why my verb is going to be singular. Although these words appear to be plural. Second, see again, $1 million. Again, dollars appears to be something which is more than one. But this is considered as singular, and so my verb is going to be singular. So whenever I am talking about time, money, weight and distance, even if the words are plural, my verb is going to be singular. Clear? Rule number 12. When the amount of money refers to separate units, the verb is plural. Now just now we referred to a rule which said that anything related to time and money and distance and weight is going to be always singular, although their words may appear to be plural. But again, this rule says when the amount of money refers to separate units, the verb is plural. What does it mean? See, 5 25 centavo coins were found. 25 centavo means plural, but I'm saying 5 centavo, 25 centavo coins were found. So 5 different coins were found, no? So here we are talking about 5 25 centavo coins. That means 5 different types of coins were found. Here I'm talking about money, but it is referring to a separate entity, and that's why it becomes plural. Again, see, 60 100 peso bills were added to the budget. I'm talking about 100 peso bills, but how many bills altogether? 60 of them, and so they refer to as separate units, 60 separate units of bills, 60 separate bills, and that's why we have the verb as plural. Clear? So whenever we talk about money, and if it is referring to different units, the verb will be plural, but otherwise it will always be singular. Clear? Rule 13. The following words are always plural: pants, trousers, pilers, scissors, shears, tongs. However, if the word pair is used, the verb is singular. So these words are always going to be plural because they can never be singular. Whenever I talk about scissors, whenever I talk about tongs, they always are together, okay, two things. So whenever I talk about trousers, you have two areas where you can actually put in two of your legs, so 2 legs are there. So whenever I talk about scissors, see, just in the diagram, see, you have 2 things there, isn't it? So they are always going to be plural. Now if I use the word pair in front of any of this, then it becomes singular. Like, see, the pants are torn. I am talking about one pant only, but I will not write the pant. It is always going to be the pants. So the pants are torn into 2. But when I say the pair of scissors, I have used pair here in front of the word scissors, so my verb becomes singular, was. So if this word pair would not have been there, the scissors were, it would have been were, but since the word pair is mentioned in front of scissors, it becomes singular. Clear? So once more, let's recap. See, if we have words like pants, trousers, pilers, scissors, tongs, then we always have the verb plural because these words itself are plural. But if the word pair is used in front of any of these words, then my verb becomes singular. Clear? Rule number 14. Certain nouns, though plural in form, are singular in meaning and therefore take singular verb. Now there are certain words which appear to be plural but actually they are not. Like when I say mathematics, see, because of this S, it appears to be plural, but actually I'm talking about one particular subject. So mathematics is my favorite subject. It will never be mathematics are my favorite subject. Clear? Again, the latest news. Again, news. The word news appears to be plural, but again it is going to be singular because there are some words which appears to be plural because of their spellings, but they are actually singular. Clear? So since they are singular, the verb that will follow will also be singular. Rule number 15. When the word is preceded by a, it takes a plural verb. When it is preceded by the, it takes a singular verb. What does it mean? When I say a number of students are waiting outside, when I use a in front of number of students, then my verb will become plural. But when I say the number of students outside is, then the verb will become singular. So remember, whenever the word is preceded by a, that means a number of students, here since I am starting the sentence with a, my verb is going to be plural, and since in the second example I am starting the sentence with the, my verb is going to be singular, that is. Rule number 16. When fractions are used, the verb agrees with the object of the phrase. Like, 1/2 of the cake was consumed. When the fractions are used, the verb agrees with the object of the phrase. That means when I say 1/2 of the cake, I am actually talking about cake. Okay, so cake is singular, so my verb is going to be was. So 1/2 of the cake was consumed. Again, see, 1/4 of the employees. Again, employees is plural. So, although I'm using this 1/4 and 1/2 as fractions, because of these words which follows, employees and cake, my verb will actually depend on them. So, since cake was singular, my verb was singular. Since employees is plural, my verb will be plural, that is were. Clear? I hope this much is clear. 19 says, these nouns may be singular or plural in meaning, like athletics, genetics, politics, gymnastics, statistics. When the noun refers to any organized activity, it is singular. When the noun refers to the activities of individual within a group or to varied activities, it is plural. Now see, these words will actually have some variation depending on the usage. Like when I say gymnastic is very popular among the girls, so when I am talking as an organized activity, like here I'm talking about the activity gymnastic, which is an organized activity of the girls, which is popular among the girls, so this will become singular. It will be treated as singular, and so my verb is going to be singular. But when I talk about the same activity, same word, which is referring to activities of individuals within the group, that means the gymnastics shown in the field today, that means the gymnastics shown by various individuals in the field, that means different types of gymnastics shown in the field today, that time I am talking about the various types of gymnastics shown by different individuals in the field, and so I am not referring to as a singular activity, I am referring to the activity of different individuals. So here it comes out to be plural, and so the verb that follows in this case will be plural. Clear? So in the second sentence we say the gymnastic shown in the field today were outstanding. Next, the name of a country is always regarded as singular. Why am I talking about name of a country? Because there are some names of the country where the country's name appears to be plural, like say the Bahamas, the Philippines. The spellings are such that it appears to be plural, but it is always singular. Like the Bahamas has beautiful beaches, Philippines is a wondrous place. So both the name of the countries appear to be plural, but they are singular. Clear? And so the verb that follows will also be singular. Rule number 19. Adjectives used as nouns are considered plural. Now in this sentence, see, the poor are to be helped. The poor is an adjective. Poor is an adjective, but in this sentence it is used as a noun. And so, since it is an adjective used as a noun in a sentence, the verb that will follow will be plural. The efficient, again see here, efficient is again another adjective which is used as a noun. So that's why the verb that follows is going to be plural. So the efficient are what this country needs. Rule number 20. Collective nouns may be singular or plural depending on whether the individual members are acting individually or collectively. These nouns are company, group, committee, crowd, jury, flock, team. Now the collective nouns, all of these words which I read out are collective nouns. Now it will depend on how they are used in a sentence. Like for example, see, the committee is against the plan. Here the whole committee, they are together against the plan, and that's why they are considered as singular. But when I say the committee are of different opinion, there are different types of opinion in the committee. So here, since the committee appears to be divided, so the subject becomes the collective noun here, it becomes plural, and so my verb will be plural, because here the individuals are acting differently. They are acting as separate individuals, and the committee becomes plural here. Likewise, whenever we have the word jury, if the jury are all coming together, they are one in their opinion, they are together in their opinion, then the verb will be singular. But if the jury is divided, then my verb will be plural. Clear? Rule number 21. In the use of mathematical expressions, the following are accepted. Now whenever we talk about mathematical expressions, 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 and 3 are 10. Now when I talk about 7 plus 3, here I use the verb as singular, but when I use 7 and 3, whenever I join 7 and 3 with the word and, the verb becomes plural. Again, 7 times 2 are 10 and 5 minus 2 is 3. This is specific to only mathematical expression. Rule number 22. Titles of books, plays, articles, movies, etc. are regarded as singular even though words in the title may be plural. Now, there are some names of books, names of some movies, some articles which appear to be plural, but then they are referring to one book or one play or one movie, so that's why they are treated as singular. Okay, although the words appear to be plural, like in the dreams being responsibilities. Dreams, responsibilities are not plural, but it is referring to a story. So, is a story by S. Squads. Great Expectations is a must-read novel. So, again, expectations appear to be plural, but it is the name of a book. That's why we are using a singular verb. Rule number 23. Names of organizations take a singular verb when the whole organization is referred to and a plural verb when the members are referred to. So, when I talk about the whole organization together, it is singular, and when I talk about each member of the organization, it is plural. Like Lopez and Sons is a successful organization because Lopez and Sons refers to one organization, so verb is singular. But when I say Lopez and Sons are holding a 2 days annual meeting, so here I talk about Lopez and Sons, they as referring to two different things. Okay, so the whole organization here is not referred to as one unit. Here they are referring to 2 different days on which the annual meeting is being conducted, so the verb is going to be plural. My last rule for subject verb agreement is rule number 24. If a sentence begins with the expletion it, the verb is always singular even if the subject that follows the verb is plural. Now, if the sentence begins with it, remember, it is the schools which must assume the responsibility. Although the word schools is plural, remember, my verb will be singular. So, if the sentence starts with it, whether the subject is plural or not, my verb is always going to be singular. Clear? So, it is the schools which must assume the responsibility. It is us who must take care of the environment. So, if the sentence starts with it, whether my subject is singular or plural, my verb is always going to be singular. Clear? So, I hope this much is clear. Thank you.